Hello everybody, and today I'm going to be covering how to make things such as rings or corner wedges using negation and negated parts. So doing this is pretty simple, and a lot of people also don't know how to make this. And there's a lot of, if you look in the toolbox and search negative part, you'll see a lot of people are putting these into the toolbox, even though they don't actually give you anything more than if you were to just make a part and negate it. So you don't need to use these. Instead, you can just make your own thing. You can just make your own negative parts by simply doing this. So the first thing that you're going to want to do to make a negative part is you're going to want to make a part. So I want to make a ring. So the way negative parts work, if you don't know, is that a negative part looks something like, it will look red and transparent. When you make a union with a negative part and a normal part, the negative part, all the places where the negative part and the normal part are overlapping, those places will be gone. They will no longer actually be parts, they will just be like air. But the negative part itself will completely disappear. So that's how negative parts work. And this allows you to make things such as rings and corner wedges, which you wouldn't normally be able to make. So in order to make it, it's pretty simple. You can just, first thing you gotta do is shape it. Shape your thing however you want to do it. And then, that is really weird. You just gotta shape whatever part you have, however you want it to be, however thick you want it to be. I have no clue what's going on right now. That's weird. Okay, but you shape it however you want it to be. So I want the center of my ring to be 3 studs. Then, once you do that, you can go and go into the model tab and click negate. This gives you a different part. You'll see at the right, it'll be a negative part. The reason why we had to shape the part before we made it negative is because if you try to shape it after, you can see while I am changing the size, it won't actually change the real size of the shape itself. It will only change what it says the size is. So that's why you have to do it before. Then you can go ahead and get whatever part you want to go and shape the other parts that you're going to be using, that you want to cut the holes in, or that you want to shape using this negative part. And then you can go ahead and make sure that they're overlapping at some point. So I'm going to put these make sure that they're around the same area, or they have to be overlapping. And since they're super weird, since the way you move, the reason why I'm using the properties tab for this is because it's very hard to move around cylinders compared to normal bricks. But you can see now I have this, and you can see they're inside of each other. Now something I forgot to do is you actually want to make sure that if you're making a ring, that there's extra space. You can see how these are currently overlapping. That's not good. We want there to be extra space. So I have to line this back up. Since I actually also want a thinner ring than this, I'm going to go ahead and change the size. That way, they can be fully doing what we want. They can be fully, they can cut a full hole. You can see now it's cutting a full hole inside. You want to make sure that that's what it's like if you're making a ring. Now, you can go ahead and select both of the parts. And keep in mind, you can have several parts and negative parts in the same union. Then you can go up here into the modeling tab, click union, and you can see now we have a ring, and we did not need to use the toolbox for it at all. which is pretty nice. It's pretty quick. This isn't the only thing that you can make. You can make many more things using this. And you'll also see that this is, it's not like the center is just invisible, because if we were to actually play their game, you'll be able to see how the ring is, how it is indeed a ring. You can see I can step inside of it compared to if I was standing on top of it. I would be much higher. I'd actually be off the ground compared to just standing inside. So yeah, you can create a ring like this. It's very nice. And thank you for watching. I hope this helped you in some way. And bye.